and we want to concentrate with listening in silence. What is listening in silence? Listening in silence is when you listen to someone even without them speaking. You listen to someone without judging them. You listen to understand. So today we want to look at how can you listen in silence. How can you listen to these children without making them feel uncomfortable? How can you listen to these children so that you can make an impact in their lives, and so that you can make them start opening up to you, and so that you can also help them be free to seek help maybe from you. And there are various ways on how you can learn to listen, and there are various ways also you can also make these children learn to communicate with you. And we want to look at how can you listen and understand carefully. So first, we want to see how you can create emotional safety first. How do you create emotional safety for these children? And you can do this, children speak what they feel, and it's not what they don't they don't feel when they feel pressured. They want to speak when they are relaxed, where they feel comfortable, where they feel safe. So you have to create a safe environment first for them, a safe environment for them emotionally. So how do you create that even amidst the chaos in the house? How do you create that amidst the chaos in school? You see, there are children you will start judging them and think that they are chaotic, they are notorious. You see such things, but we want to look at how can you help these children if even in their weaknesses. And you as a parent, you have to stay calm even if what they say shocks you. Some children can decide to open up to you, but once they open up to you, a problem comes in. They opened up to you, maybe it's something that they've done or something that is being done to them, and they've tried to open up to you. But as a parent, you find yourself, you've erupted anger. You see? And you'll shock this child, you'll make them afraid, and they'll never come back to you. Now that's where the problem comes in. So first of all, you have to stay calm. Let them talk to you. Just listen without judging them. Just listen without asking. Just listen to them. Let them open up to you. And then also avoid immediate lectures and punishment. Even if it's something that they did that is wrong, don't punish them immediately. Don't lecture them immediately. Some children, they just want someone to listen to them, because whatever they are doing, maybe they even don't know if it's right, but they just need guidance. And you don't have to do that immediately. Just listen to them. Let them open up what they're going through. Let them open up what they're feeling. Let them open up what they are experiencing even within their peers. And after they open up, that's when you'll just sit down and meditate on how you can help this child. If it's something that they did that is wrong, how do you sit them down and correct them with love? How do you punish them with love without them feeling like you're there to judge them, you're there to punish them all the time? Also, you can learn to tell them things like, instead of rushing to condemn what they've told you, you can be quick to tell them, I'm glad you told me. You see, at least telling them, I'm glad you told me, it means that at least you've heard them, you've listened to them, and it will give them the courage to come back to you the next time. Also, you can just try telling them, that sounds hard. At least it will make them feel like, whatever I'm going through, at least an adult also feels like it's something that is a challenge also to them. Also, you can reassure them that you're not in trouble. It's not all the time you have to punish a child. Sometimes you can just let go. Sometimes you can just ignore the small things that they've done. You see? But you do it with love. Don't ignore it just to spoil these kids. But you can do it with love, because there are some things that children do and they do it because they don't know. And there are things that happen to these children. If you are not keen enough to listen to them, to listen to their actions, to listen to their emotions, to listen to their feelings, if you don't concentrate with that, you lose this child emotionally, you lose them even physically at the end of the day. We've seen a lot of cases of children committing suicide, and this is so bad because some of these children, they don't feel the safety around them. They don't have the emotional security around them. And it's us parents, it's us teachers, it's the community to create this emotional safety for these children, so that they can learn to open up, so that they can learn to communicate with adults freely without fearing being judged, without the fear of being condemned, without the fear of being punished. And apart from children speaking to adults, we've seen children who communicate through their behavior. And this communicating through behavior is a very silent signal. And if you see a child communicating through a behavior, you have to be keen to follow up what is making this child change their behavior. And you should watch out for certain things. Let's look at what are these sudden behavior that you have to look out as a parent or as a teacher, so that you can know that your child is going through something and you try to help them. First of all, you have sudden anger or irritability. You've seen a child who was happy, a child who was okay, and they become triggered by something very small and they are angry. And something very small make them irritable. You see? So such things, they are so sudden, and you have to notice, to be very keen to notice them. Also, you'll notice withdrawal or isolation. Withdrawal or isolation, these are kids who used to interact with others. These are kids who used to enjoy family time. These are kids who used to enjoy watching movies. They used to enjoy taking a walk with their other siblings. They just enjoy things around the house. But all of a sudden, you realize that this child has started withdrawing. They've started isolating themselves. This is a very serious sign that indicates that there's something wrong going on with this child. Also, for the school going children, you'll notice a drop in their grades. So if your child was performing well and you suddenly notice that they've started dropping their grades, it should raise an alarm, and it should make you be keen and start concentrating on what might be happening to your child, because something might be tormenting this child, be it emotional, be it physical. Something might be disturbing this child and they are not in a position to speak it out. So it's up to you as a parent, a guardian, or a teacher to notice these sudden things, so that you can help this child, so that they can go back to their normal behavior, and so that they can go back to performing well in school. Also, you'll notice children who have started changing their sleeping and eating habits. You've seen a lot of children communicate through sleep or through eating. And how do they communicate through sleeping and eating? You'll find a child either oversleeping or not getting enough sleep. They have difficulty in getting sleep. So if you find a child who cannot sleep enough, or they're not in a position to get some sleep, or they are sleeping in excess, which is not normal, like that's not how they used to behave, that's a sign that something is wrong. Also, a child who overeats or they undereat, someone who you have to force food on them. They used to eat very comfortably, but all of a sudden they can't eat. You are struggling. They are struggling to get appetite. So this is a behavior that you have to look out for as a parent, as a guardian, or as a teacher, so that you can help this child. There's also physical complaints. Some children go through something, and they pile up a lot of things in their hearts and in their minds, and it starts causing even physical pain. You'll find children start having unnecessary headaches, stomach aches, you see such things, even chest pains. It means that they've piled a lot of pain in them and they can't let go. So you have to notice these things. Today it's a stomach ache, tomorrow it's a headache, another day it's chest pain. So this child needs to let go of whatever they have in their hearts, whatever they have in their mind, so that they can be free of such pains. You know, a lot of emotions can cause pain. So you have to be on the lookout. If you notice that your child is frequently getting these sudden pains in the stomach, in the headaches, and also the chest pains, you should be on the lookout, because something might be going on with them. We also have excessive screen time, and a lot of secrecy. A child will start enjoying having too much screen time, like they'll be watching a lot. And this is not normal. This is not something they used to enjoy. It's like they are trying to hide whatever they are feeling. It's like they're trying to hide themselves on the screen so that you might not notice that something is wrong with them. Also, they'll have a lot of secrets. They'll start locking themselves in their rooms. They don't want to come out and interact with other people. So such things, you should be on the lookout. Don't let it become too much. Don't let something bad happen to your child. That's when you start saying, my child was not eating well. My child started locking themselves in their room. My child started dropping their grades. You have to be on the lookout to start noticing these things from the early stages. You know, a lot of things are happening. Children are being bullied by in school. Children are being harassed by neighbors. Children are being harassed by their peers. They're being sexually harassed. They're being physically harassed. They're being emotionally damaged. And these children need your help. And you can't, they don't know how to express themselves. A lot of children these days, they really don't know how to start a conversation. And you have to be on the lookout so that you can help them start this conversation, or you can create that safe environment so that they can start communicating to you. Also, you can start by asking open and gentle questions. How do you ask these open and gentle questions? Don't ask things like, what's wrong with you? Or why are you acting like this? No, that will lock them up, because you ask them what's wrong with you, and they'll just tell you nothing is wrong with me. Or why are you behaving like this? I'm okay. You see, that's shutting you down. You don't have to let them shut you down. You can try having meaningful conversations with them, meaningful questions that are slow and gentle. And how do you do that? You can just start by saying, I've noticed that these days you're quiet, and are you willing to talk about it maybe? And also, you can also try something like, what's been feeling heavy on you these days? Like, maybe you've noticed something is wrong with your child, and you can try asking, are you feeling something heavy on you? Or you can ask things like, how are things going on with you? Maybe with your friends, in school, here at home. Are you comfortable? Such things. But don't ask things like, what is wrong with you? If you ask such a question, even if you ask me such a question, I'll just tell you I'm fine. You see? But you have to be gentle and slow so that and create an environment where these children can talk to you freely. Also, you can you can try validating before you fix. And how do you validate before fixing? You know, adults rush so much to solutions, but kids don't need solutions. They first need you to listen and understand them. Don't rush to give them solutions, or don't rush to punish them. That's the problem with us adults. You want to give them solution. A child has opened up to you. Maybe they're trying to tell you, maybe someone is making advances on them. If it's a girl, someone is making an advances on them, and they don't know how to react on that. So let them open up to, let them speak to you what they're feeling about this. What are they feeling about these advances? What are they feeling about that person? Don't rush to judge them. Don't rush to give them advice on, this is right, this is what you should be doing, this is what the Bible says, this is what the Quran says. No, just listen to understand. Don't, instead of telling them things like, it's not a big deal, there's nothing that is not a big deal to a child. If the child has decided to open up to you, that means it's a big deal to them. Don't make them feel stupid. Don't make them feel like they they are useless, that like they did something wrong by opening up to you. Also, don't rush to tell them that you'll be fine. It's not always that these children need that. You don't have to assure them that they'll be fine. Just listen to them. Let them rent. Let them cry out to you. Let them tell you what they're feeling. And once they tell you what they're feeling, you'll be able to understand them and what they're going through. Also, don't tell them, just ignore them. You know, it's not easy to ignore someone, and it's easy spoken than done. So don't rush to tell them to ignore something or someone after they've opened up to you. But you can try something like telling them, if a child has opened up to you, maybe something they are going through, and you try telling them something like, that must have really hurt you. You see, at least it will make them feel like, okay, at least this person understands me. They understand the pain that I'm going through. And you can also try telling them, I can I can see why you'd feel what you're feeling right now. Maybe it might not make sense to you, but it's just an assurance to them, at least to make them feel heard, at least to make them feel comfortable so that they can come to you again. Also, you can tell them something like, that sounds overwhelming. You see, it's comfort to them. These kids just needs comfort. Sometimes they don't need you to judge them. Sometimes they don't need you to advise them. Sometimes they don't need you to punish them. They just need you to listen to them, at least to make them feel like whatever they are going through is something that you also understand. So, validation builds trust, and advice can come later. You can listen to them. That day might be just for listening to them. You sit down and listen to them. Let them vent. Let them talk to you. Just listen and understand, and end the conversation there. Then maybe one day maybe you're cooking, maybe you're taking a walk, maybe you're out fishing with your child. That's when you can now try and start that conversation. Maybe days later, or even weeks later, you can just try bringing up the conversation. Now, at least that child will be sober enough. But the time they've come to you, the emotions have already piled up. They don't need you to judge them. They don't need you to give them advice. They just want you to listen. And you have to be there to listen. Just listening to them will make a very big impact. Also, we want to, as a parent, you have to be present in small moments. How do you avail yourself in small moments? Deep talks rarely happens. These children rarely open up. They rarely open up, and it's very hard for them to come to you, to start opening up to you, and or during serious sit down conversations. But these open or if a child opens up to you, they can open up to you in a very weird situation. Maybe you're driving, you are out on a picnic, you are taking a walk, you see, you are just before bedtime, maybe. Such moments that are not created, they're just random. So try to create memories with your child. So during these moments that they are enjoying, it's the moments that they feel comfortable. Once they feel comfortable around you, once they feel secure, once they feel safe, that's when they start opening up. And it might not start as a serious conversation. They might just drop a comment to see how you'll react. So don't be quick to react in anger. Don't be quick to judge them. So just take every comment seriously. Just once they drop a comment, just be keen and just sit down and decide to listen to them. And you'll find that these children have a lot piled up. We are living in a world that everyone is struggling. The adults are struggling on their own. The children are struggling the more because they're seeing the struggles that the parents are going through. And once they see these struggles, you find that they're not in a position to help themselves because they're saying that my parents are struggling too much. I can't go to them. I'll be burdening them. I'll be making them feel a lot of pain. But you can help them by listening to them and creating an environment where they can talk to you. And finally, you can understand what kids often battle silently. There are things that children battle and they can't speak about it. Even if they try to, they don't know how to let go of that thing that is eating them up. And we want to look at what are the things that children might be struggling with quietly. Or they also have fear of disappointing parents. I've said a lot of children are really struggling to ensure that their parents are feeling proud of them, to ensure that they are doing good, to make their parents proud. And that thing might tear them down. And it's up to you as a parent to make them feel that whatever they are doing is good enough. They don't have to strain themselves. Also, body image concerns. We've seen a lot of people a lot of children who are struggling with weight issues. Maybe some of them are underweight, and they are receiving comments from their peers. They are receiving comments even from school and even from their siblings, and they are being body shamed even at their small age. Others are maybe overweight. They feel like they are overweight, or maybe some comments, and it's not even directly to them. The comments to them. Maybe they had someone being praised because of their body shape, and they felt like, that person looks nice because they are like this and like this, but not looking good because maybe I'm plump or I'm slim. You see, such things, they might look like something small, but these things really matter a lot to these children. And mostly this happens to teenagers. They really want to impress their peers, but their body is not cooperating. Some are very slim, some are very plump, and they're really fighting to get to the standard that their peers are up to, or whatever their peers rate as being standard. And that struggle is making them, the children, it's making our children really fight a lot with emotions. They are really fighting within themselves because they are struggling. That's why you find children they don't want to eat because they want to slim down, or some are overeating because they want to look big. So these are things that are making our children struggle a lot in silence, and they don't know how to express it. They don't know how to tell you, I want to get big so that I can look good like so and so, or I want to slim down so that I can look like so and so, or so that so and so can accept me. These are things that they are struggling with in silence. Also, we have social media comparisons. You know, our children are digital, are in a digital. We are living in a digital world, and our children are so much into this digital thing, and they are getting a lot in social media, and they want to impress people in social media. A lot of children are going into TikTok, and they want to impress people, so they want to compare themselves even with social icons. This comparison with social icons is making our children do things that they are not supposed to do, and they are really struggling with that. Maybe they are doing things that to them they know it's not right, but they have to do it so that they can keep up with the social media, so that they can keep up with their friends, so that they can keep up with their peers. But as a parent, you can just observe whatever your child is going through and try to make a conversation, or trying to see how you can help this child so that they can not think too much into social media that it can damage them. Also, we have loneliness. A lot of children are going through loneliness. They are being abandoned, they are being discriminated by their friends. Some people don't want to play with them, and they don't know how to express it to you as a parent. Maybe you're too busy for them also. So they are feeling lonely. They feel like no one is there for them. These children need someone they can speak to. And this someone they can speak to is you as a parent, but they don't know how to start this conversation. So this is something that as a parent, you need to know that these are things that as a parent, you need to know that these are the things that might be disturbing children, and mostly the teenagers. And you need to know that if these are things that are disturbing them, and be on the lookout to know how you can identify these things, and how you can identify them, and how you can help them so that they can sink into We've seen things that they are not willing to. We've seen children are going through a lot. Their parents are fighting at home daily, siblings. Things are happening at home that are making these children depressed. So the family conflict is eating up these children, and they want to really seek help, but they don't know how to do it. Also, older kids and teens may also hide self-harm and suicidal thoughts. I've said these children are struggling a lot. Once they struggle with these things, you'll find them having those bad thoughts. And as a parent, try to be on the lookout so that you can help your child before it gets to that stage. So be on the lookout as a parent. Even if you're busy, create time for your child, create moments for your child, create a safe environment for your child. Be there emotionally for them so that they can learn to open up to you. You know, a child can't open up to you if you're not free with them. They can't open up to you if you you block their emotions every time they come to you. Just be calm, be calm, and always be there to listen to them. Just try to understand them, even if they are on their wrong. If your son has come to you and they've told you they've impregnated a girl, just be calm first. Listen to them, know what they were going through. And then after that, maybe later you can sit them down and try looking for a solution for that. But once you condemn this child on the spot, this child will never come back to you, even when they are grown. They'll never come back to you to confide in. So just try creating a safe environment. Try listening even in their silence, because most of these children don't speak up very easily. I wish you all the best in your parenting. I wish you all the best as a child as you're growing up, and always try to communicate. Always try to seek help from someone you feel safe around. You'll get help. Don't be suicidal. Don't have negative thoughts about yourself. You are brave. You are confident enough. You can make it, and God loves you. Your parents loves you. It's just that they don't know how to communicate it. But as children, just know that your parents love you, and they are always there for you. You have to set that that environment for them to listen to you. Thank you for watching us. I've been your host, Fuener Mogita. Have a blessed